When I first started out as a wedding photographer in 2017, I was told to only use prime lenses. They offered a lot of legitimate benefits. Apertures like 1.2 led to cleaner low light performance and gave me the ability to create stunning portraits by really isolating my subjects. They forced me to be creative because I couldn't plant my feet in one spot and just zoom in and out to get photos. I had to move my body, get close, get personal, and be a part of the action. Less options meant faster decisions. I believe all of this still, and if you are just getting started in the wedding world in 2022, I think primes are an excellent way to discipline yourself and really understand how you like to shoot. But now, 5 years later, I'm trading in my all-prime kit to incorporate zoom lenses, specifically the Canon RF 70-200. And I'm doing that for two main reasons. Let's dig into them. First and foremost, my business has evolved a lot in the past 5 years. I no longer just photograph weddings. Now I also shoot commercial photography, make YouTube videos, short films, and video podcasts. I don't need super shallow depth of field or the low light performance of those 1.2 apertures that I mentioned earlier. And I also don't shoot that shallow as much, because video work and commercial photography often favor deeper depth of fields and narrower apertures. I also travel now more than I've ever traveled in my life, and it's not always realistic for me to pack a whole set of prime lenses. I value versatility a lot more now than in years past, and a lighter kit means I'm a lot happier when I travel too. Second, camera technology has accelerated rapidly in the past 5 years. Now in 2022, camera sensors perform so much better in low light, so the 2.8 aperture often found in premium zoom lenses is totally viable. The Canon 5D Mark III that I started with couldn't be pushed much farther than 3200 ISO, but the R5 and R6 produce images that are totally deliverable at even 10,000 ISO. Canon made a little engineering miracle by making a 70-200 2.8 this small and this light, which honestly makes it so much more enticing to travel with and to use. It's only 1.3 inches taller than my Canon RF 50 1.2, and it adds so much versatility per pound to my camera bag. While it could be argued in the past that prime lenses offered better image quality than zoom lenses, I think that's done and away with now. The sharpness and rendering out of this is exceptional and holds up against any prime lens I've ever used. But don't just take my word for it. Are we wearing the same outfit today?
Close. Can you guys see our legs?
Okay, so you bought the RF 70. By the way, the 70-200 that you've seen in this entire video is jeans. I haven't even bought it yet.
You will soon, though.
I'm going to buy it.
Very soon.
Relax. You've owned the RF 70-200 for, what, a month now? 2 months?
Like a month and a half now.
A month and a half.
Yeah.
As a photographer who shoots a lot of different things,
Yes.
what is your one favorite thing about owning the 70-200?
It's the range.
Okay.
100%. Like, it's that 200 because up to me purchasing this lens, the longest focal length lens I had was a 135 prime, which was great. But 135 in comparison to 200 is still worlds of a difference. So for me, although there are a few benefits I'm sure you've talked about in this video, the largest benefit to me and the thing that I've enjoyed the most is it's the reach. It's that 200.
Yep.
Because at 200 too, the compression is you can talk all day about like 1.2 versus 2.8, but at 200, it does not matter. It looks incredible.
Gene just dropped his video talking about the RF 70-200 and comparing it to other prime lenses. Please go watch that video. It's amazing. And Gene is amazing too. Thanks for being here.
You're amazing. Thank you so much.
Lastly, the optical stabilization in the lens combined with the IBIS in my R5 is unbelievably effective, especially in video. In some cases, it's so good that you could afford to not bring a tripod, depending on what types of footage you need to get. But at the very least, the stabilization certainly gives you more options to work with in the field than you would have had traditionally before you'd have things like IBIS or lens stabilization this effective in camera. I'd argue that because I got my reps in with prime lenses exclusively for the last 5 years, I can take this zoom lens and be even more creative with it now. Even just having a 200mm focal length in my kit is something that I never experienced before. I never had a telephoto lens that long. And just seeing that in my camera is bringing new ideas to life. And it's giving me a tool in my toolkit that I can use to elevate my clients' work and also just experiment with new ideas and kind of get different things going. I know exactly how I want to use each of the focal lengths inside of this lens, and I think that's due in large part to the fact that I've used prime lenses for so long, and I've been able to understand what I do like, what I don't like, and generally how I like to frame up images and how I like to compose my subjects. And soon, when I actually buy this lens, I'll have all of these incredible different compositions and ideas in one lens that I can take easily with me for a variety of projects. Honestly, there's not much more I can say about this. I just think it's a gem of a lens. I love using it, and I'm really grateful to Gene for letting me borrow his copy for this video. I've been renting it long enough, and I'm super excited to finally own one for myself. Gene just dropped his video comparing zoom lenses to prime lenses today, so go check that out and hear his thoughts on the RF 70-200 as well. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.